It is a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania, and I finally made it out to Schrack Farms to visit my friend Aaron. Hey Aaron.
How you doing, Anthony?
So good to see you. Thanks for inviting me to the farm.
Yeah, this is your first time here, right?
It sure is.
Beautiful weather today.
We got a really nice day. You have a really nice farm. What I love about this farm is if you look at the sign right behind us, it was established in 1773, and I'm pretty sure you guys are on, what, your 12th generation?
Yeah, that's right. We actually have 3 generations on the farm right now. It's my grandfather, my father, and me are all working together the best that a family farm can. And we're milking about 1,350 cows right now, farming about 2,500 acres.
Wow. Super impressive operation you guys have going on here. And as much as I love exploring the farm, today we're actually gonna head to your cabin.
That's right.
Which is a mile that way and 10 miles to get there in the middle of nowhere. But Aaron was kind enough to give us longitude and latitude positioning, so we should be good to find it. And we're gonna make a really fun recipe that is perfect for summer entertaining. No service. Aaron? I think there's jaguars in here. Oh, a cabin. I think this is it. 42.687666428, latitude 43.9926780. So we've made our way up through the woods into Aaron's cabin here in Pennsylvania, and we are gonna make something I'm so excited about. A cheeseburger pull-apart bread. Have you ever had a pull-apart bread?
No, I can't say I have, actually.
So it's really fun. It makes a great appetizer, total party food, game day snack. So you're gonna get started on our filling while I work on slicing the bread to make it pull apart. So we have a nice stainless steel skillet behind us. I'm gonna just put on like a medium high heat. I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to that. Let that warm up for a second. I'm gonna add 1 medium white onion that we chopped up. In the meantime, I'm gonna start working on the bread. So I have a 1-pound boule. This is a sourdough. You can use any white or whole wheat bread that's about this size. It could be oval even. And I'm taking a serrated knife and I'm just gonna kind of cut 1-inch slices going about 3/4 of the way down. You don't wanna go too deep because we wanna keep the bread intact. Then when I get to the end, I'm gonna turn it 180 degrees. Is that my And we're gonna kind of make cubes now. Same thing, 1-inch slices going about 3/4 of the way through. So that's all there is to the bread. You can kind of see has all these fun little crevices now, and that's where our filling's gonna go. What are your favorite things to cook?
Usually I like to make a lot of different cultures' cuisines, because in an area as rural as this, it's kind of hard to find this type of foods.
I can understand.
So I find myself making a lot of Asian cuisine and Indian cuisine
Oh,
from
fun.
scratch.
I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. It's gonna help bring some of the moisture out. So to that, I'm gonna add a pound of ground beef. And you want at least 80-20, even 75-25, so that we are releasing that fat and that flavor. Gonna add a bit more salt. Always wanna season in layers. And we're just gonna cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your heat and your stove, until the meat is nice, cooked through and brown. Our meat is nice and brown. It's released a lot of that fat. So it's just time to add some shredded cheddar cheese. So this is looking good. The cheese is starting to melt. No, she's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but it's not looks, it's personality. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a larger spoon and just kind of gently pull the bread out and start taking our filling and just work it into the crevices using both the spoon and my fingers. So I kind of like to go one direction at a time because that's what makes me beautiful. Get it? I've gone one direction, now I'm gonna kind of work back and get in the crevices going the opposite way. Just take another sheet of aluminum foil and kind of tent this over. We're gonna throw this in a 350-degree oven. While the bread's in the oven, we're gonna make a really simple dipping sauce, and it's really just a combination of some mayo, ketchup, and sometimes mustard, relish, and it is so good with this cheeseburger pull-apart bread. So it's been about 20 minutes, and our bread should be nice and warm through, so we're ready to move on to the next step. Do you smell it?
I do smell it. It smells great.
So it's still a little on the soft side. So we are going to coat this with some more shredded cheddar. We're gonna put it back in the oven until the cheese is melted and the bread crisps up just a little bit on the outside. How good does this look?
I can't wait to dive in.
So that's all there is to it. Super simple. So you can kind of go in with your hands, but I am a classy guy, so I prefer to use a fork. Pick a cube and just kind of go for it. Make sure you get a little bit of everything. A slob again, so. Into the special sauce. It tastes just like a cheeseburger. It's so good.
Tastes just like a burger.
Yeah, you almost don't even know that the bread is there, which is kind of crazy. That was so good. I hope you had fun.
Definitely one to add to the summer recipe book.
Thanks for helping me cook. For this recipe and many more fun recipes, go to chefmeetsfarm.com.